Hey everybody, this is a response to ArchonHamster's Oddball gaming experience competition. He was asking for submissions on crazy things that have happened during your games. And this tale I'm going to tell you today is pretty recent. It's one of the funnier moments that have, funnier things that have happened recently, or saddest things, depending on which side of the table you were on. And you'll see that shortly. You'll see what I mean. So this game took place a few weeks ago, the same day that I played against the Bretts. And I have a battle report of my Ogres versus Bretts. You can find that on my channel from just a couple weeks ago. This game I did not write a battle report, and normally I try to write battle reports because I play so seldom, so infrequently that I just want to post about it. And I used to do so on my blog a lot, but I decided not to post a battle report for this game just to save Andrew a little face because, as usual, my ogres were a bit much for the lizardmen. So, um, but you know what? This tale is perfect for this little competition that Archon Hamster's putting up, and yeah, I just had to share it. So I don't have really good photos for it, so I'm gonna have to talk you through it, and you're gonna have to just check the pictures I do have So this game, I have a giant, and I don't usually play with a giant. I don't own a giant. I borrowed Lois to try it out, and I felt that it would kind of help the lizardman a bit if I stuck 200 points in a giant who has a high toughness, but no armor. So not too hard to kill. A little fighty, could do some damage, but you know, not the perfect unit for like a 1,200 point game. I think that's what we're playing, 1,200 points. So that's a lot of points. That's a big chunk stuck in a guy that could die quite easily. As you can see, he's in the middle of the table. In front of him is a Banestone, and behind the Banestone is a unit of Skink Skirmishers with a Skink Priest in it. Now, Andrew got into Lizardmen with high hopes for the Skinks, especially coming out of the last edition. He was hoping that the Skinks would do well, and he actually bought a lot of Skinks. Now, in our number of games we've played, probably a couple dozen games at this point with the Lizardmen, maybe more. They do not perform. They tend to fail regularly. Their range is too short. Their ballistic skill is too low. That all the modifiers just make it very hard for them to do much. So, some people can use them well, and I think we have to play higher point games, and he has to find a proper role for them. But they haven't done well. So, we're coming to this game with the understanding that the Skinks usually suck. So this is the end of the Lizardman turn 1, and as you can see, the Skinks have moved up behind the Banestone. The Skink Priest has turned into a Black Hydra because he used the Lore of Beasts. So this was an exciting point. Now, at this point, on my turn, I charge in with my Giant. Of course, what else am I going to do? It's a Giant versus a Black Hydra. Can't get any better than that. The Skinks take a stand and shoot reaction, and they lay on 4 wounds on the giant. He rolls 4 sixes for poison attacks, goes right through the toughness, no armor to deal with, so that's 4 wounds. They almost killed the giant on the way in. So the Skinks almost made their entire history of sucking. They almost made it back right here by killing this giant. Sadly, they did not manage to kill him. He made it in, and then the fight began. And again, I don't have any good pictures. I don't have any pictures of the fight. The next picture is the aftermath, which we'll see. So that's part 1 of this oddball experience. Is the giant is charging in, and he almost gets felled by tiny little skinks with poison. But he makes it in, grapples with the Hydra. I think he headbutts him. I think that's what it was. And he did like a bunch of wounds and almost killed the Hydra, and it was hilarious. I think he left like 1 or 2 wounds on the Hydra. And Andrew was like, wow, that was close. I was like, oh, I almost got it. But now, okay, go Hydra, you can kill my giant. And, of course, he did. The Hydra has like 1,000,000 attacks. He takes a bunch of bites out of the giant dies. Now, if you know the giant, when he dies, and a couple other times, but when he dies, he falls down. I roll to see where he falls down, and as luck would have it, he falls right down onto the Hydra. And you'll see the next picture where his body lands. So he falls onto the Hydra. He falls down with enough force that he kills the Hydra. He kills the skink priest that had turned into the Hydra. So there goes the lizard's magic phase. There goes the general. And there goes there goes Andrew's morale right there. Forget the army. Andrew's morale just dropped, and it was kind of shocking, kind of sad, kind of yeah. It's not not ideal even for me. I don't want to see these things happen because things like this happen so often to Andrew that I'd rather him just crush me and be happy with the game for once. But of course, that didn't happen, and this is what it looked like at the end of the lizardman turn. You can see the clear template where the ogre fell down. That's where the Hydra used to be. He pretty much just landed on a couple of his heads and killed the Hydra. And it was amazing and hilarious and sad and very odd to have this giant Russian charge in, almost die to poison, make it to battle, but then not do enough, get killed, and proceed to fall down onto the Hydra. I would love to have seen this giant falling into a Hydra and squishing the Hydra, and the rest of the army go like, oh, that was our general. Shit. So, ouch. Yeah, so that's my Oddball gaming experience. This is the most recent one. It's the pretty funny one. Maybe you had to be there, but I guess you have to know that this kind of thing always happens to Andrew, so I guess it's not that odd that the dice just tend to hate him, and it sucks, but it was cinematic to say the least. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you don't come into a situation where your general dies to a falling giant, a randomly rolled direction, and a random amount of damage and wounds and death to your general. Sorry, Black Hydra. Sorry, Skink Priest. Sorry, Lizardman. And sorry, Andrew. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. But at least it happened, and we can laugh about it. Or at least those of us not playing the lizards can laugh about it. Haha. Again, thanks for watching, and go check out ArchonHamster. I'm going to go check out more of his videos now, because I see a lot of Dark Eldar stuff, which maybe I shouldn't watch, because now I just got into Grey Knights, and I don't need to re-peak my interest in the Dark Eldar, who's one of the armies that I was almost going to choose. Anyway, check him out, and have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.